Hello, I'm Kelly Dennis. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I work with people who are challenged by various issues, such as eating disorders, disordered eating, anxiety, depression, and I also do some couples counseling. And one thing that I notice that is common to most of my clients, and really all of us, is stress. And so I've developed this YouTube channel to just give you some techniques and some skills and tools to be able to manage stress more effectively, to regulate emotion, and to just live a more restful, happy, relaxed life. And isn't that the goal for all of us? So if you've been following, you know that I've been talking about the concept of mindfulness in being able to be a great stress management tool, as well as guided imagery. And so in some of my videos, I kind of combine the two, and some are focused solely on mindfulness and solely on guided imagery. So my hope is that you'll find something that you like and that works for you. I also have one segment at the beginnings of cognitive behavioral therapy, and I hope to do more with that in the future. So today I want to talk to you about the concept of trust, because trust is something that is really important. And as we're all, whoever we are, trying to make changes and to better our life, a lot of times what happens is we get caught in a kind of a negative self-talk cycle where we find ourselves saying things like, I can't do this, this is too hard, I'm not capable, I'm inadequate. And so we get into this cycle of kind of not believing that we can do the things that we've set out to do. So we're essentially not trusting ourselves and our ability to change. Now that's not to say that change isn't hard. Change is very hard. And learning to manage your stress is challenging and regulate emotions is challenging. But it is doable. And so I think one of the things that's really important is learning to trust yourself. And trust is very important in mindfulness training as well. And so one of the things that I like to say is that the ability to say that I can is very important. Not I'll try, but I can or I will. So I will do this, or I can do this. I can make this change. I will make this change. Because trust is believing in the reliability or the strength of someone or something. And so if we're trusting ourselves or trusting another person, we are knowing that they're going to be reliable and they're going to be strong. Maybe not all of the time, and we can't always be that way, but we're trying to do our best. So I thought we could start out today with just a guided imagery session that focuses on trust, and it also focuses on the idea of empowerment. So what I'd like you to do is to get in a comfortable position, a place where you can be sitting or lying down if you want to. Make sure that your head, neck, and spine are straight, and you can have your feet comfortably resting on the floor if you're sitting, or you can just be paying attention to whatever you're lying upon if you're lying down. And then begin by taking a nice full deep breath in and then blowing it out. And then taking another nice deep breath in and blowing it out. And as you're breathing, you can allow your eyes to close if you want to, or to soft focus someplace in front of you. And as you're breathing, just allow your body to settle into the chair on the exhalation, or the bed on the exhalation. So breathing in and breathing out, and allowing your body to just relax and settle in. And as you continue to breathe comfortably and easily, see if you can bring your attention to the top of your head. And just noticing what's happening in the top of your head. Are those muscles tight or relaxed? Maybe you don't notice anything at all. And then move your sensation down to your face, noticing what's happening there. Are your facial muscles tight, or are they relaxed? Sometimes it can help to swallow and then just allow your jaw to just relax. And then bringing your attention to the back of your head and your neck and noticing what's happening there. Sometimes I like to bring my chin to my chest so I can feel a stretch in the back of my neck. It just helps me to focus my attention there. And then continuing with this body scan, moving down into your neck and your shoulders, down into your arms, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers, paying attention to what's happening there. And then bringing your attention to your back as it rests against the chair or the bed. Just noticing what that feels like to have your back making contact with that surface. And bringing the attention to your front of your body, to your rib cage, your diaphragm, your abdomen, and then your lower back and your hips, down into your legs, the backs of your legs as they rest against the chair or the bed, the fronts of your legs, down into your knees and your calves and your shins, all the way down into your ankles and your feet to the tips of your toes. Just noticing the sensations and being in the here and now with your body. And if your mind drifts away, which is what minds do, they like to wander, just notice where it wandered and then bring it back. And now being able to notice that you're in the here and now, you're present with your body, and trusting your experience to be present with your body right now, even if it's only for a few moments. Every time you bring your attention back to your body, you're being with your body in this present moment, in this experience. And the more often that you're able to do this, the more that you'll trust in your ability to stay present with your body. So now return your focus to your breathing again. Breathing in and breathing out. Now what I'd like you to do, if you'd like to, is to bring to mind a time when you felt empowered about something. Now this can be a big feeling and a big time of empowerment, or it can be a time when you really were able to do something that you set out to do. So for someone struggling with anxiety, setting out to practice grounding techniques when they're feeling anxious or having a panic attack is a pretty empowering feeling, to know that you don't have to go through the full-blown panic attack. You can bring yourself to the present moment and pay attention to your feet and your shoes on the floor. And that's a pretty empowering feeling, knowing that you don't have to go all the way through with the panic attack. Or perhaps it was a time when you stood up for something that you really believed strongly, and you were able to just feel empowered by standing up for yourself. Whatever that was, a time of empowerment, big or small, take yourself back to that moment and relive it if you can, remembering where you were, and what you were doing, who you were with. Seeing if you can notice in your imagination your surroundings. What were the colors that were there? What were the shapes of things? What would it look like in that area if you were to gaze around right now? And then fully develop this even more if you can. Do you remember what smells were around you and what you noticed when you were having this feeling of empowerment? And then see if you can remember what that felt like in your body. Sometimes when I feel empowered, I feel a sense of peacefulness and calm that just sort of washes over me. Sometimes when I feel empowered, I feel excited and revved up. And those are two very different feelings in your body. One is just a relaxed feeling. The other can be muscle tension in kind of an excited sort of way, or maybe butterflies in your stomach. See if you can remember what you felt. Develop that picture as fully and deeply as you can, remembering this time in the past that you felt empowered. And then see if you can stay with those feelings just for this moment. And remembering that on some level you trusted yourself in that moment and allowed yourself to feel empowered. And so now think of a time in the future that you'd like to feel empowered again. Maybe there's something you're worried about coming up, or something that you'd like to take a stand on. And then imagine yourself in that moment in the future, feeling that sense of empowerment. Your feet in your shoes and your shoes on the ground, feeling rooted to the earth. Feeling powerful and successful. And trusting in your ability to be in that moment and allow yourself to feel those feelings. It's okay if it was a little challenging. That's all right. Just go ahead and take another deep breath in and let it out. And then wiggle your fingers and your toes and just bring your awareness back to your body. And thinking about this idea of trusting yourself, just a little bit at a time, in the present moment, noticing times from the past that you've trusted yourself, and then times in the future where you will be able to do that again. Thanks for listening. Be well and have a wonderful day.